Hello everyone, this is a video on how to use our new powerful editor to make posts on NewsSocial. Let me just introduce some text into our editor and show you what each of these functions is. You can undo or redo whatever you have done, so going back or forwards. If you want to bring in back whatever you have deleted or put back whatever you have done previously, then you can use these buttons. It works the same way as Ctrl Z in Windows. This function helps you to align the text from left to right or from right to left. That works well if you need to change, for example, to accommodate Arabic text or Hebrew text, which would be written from left to right and read in the same way. The next one is your paragraph or your heading function. Heading number 1 is generally recognized by the system as the title of your post. So if I want to make this the title so that the system recognizes and takes it and puts it in the title section, then you choose heading 1, but you can change the size and the font of your heading number 1. So if I think that I would like to have a different font, I can choose Georgia, and I want it to be slightly smaller, so I choose 18. The next function is to make anything bold. Of course, you can remove the bold and make something bold. You can also do the same with Ctrl B if you're using Windows, and you can make things italic. If I highlight this and I put italic, then it removes italic, and then you can also put italic back. The U with a line underneath means underline something. You can also remove the underline, and you can strike through any text as well. For example, this way, and you can remove it as well. Then the next option you have is to insert a link. So you would highlight the text which you would want to insert a link into, click on the link, put in your URL, for example, and then choose if you want this link to be open in the current window so it will replace the post, or if you want to put it in the new window. I would like this to be open in the new window, and then save. So it highlights it and makes it blue, but you can change the text color if you want. For example, you can make it green and you still retain the link over there. Then you have insert or edit image function. You can insert any image, so you choose first where you want the image to go. For example, I want it to go in here, and then I press upload. I browse for an image from my computer, go and find the image, and then you can choose what height or width you want. And if you want the system to automatically adjust, then keep the padlock locked and just make your amendments. For example, I want it maybe 4 times less the size, so I'll just do it this way, but because it's a square, so it will adjust the height accordingly. If it's not a square, if it's a rectangle, then it will make adjustments proportionally. And if you want to force it to go in a size that you want, then you should click you should unlock the padlock and put in the size that you want. Exactly. I'm happy with the system helping me with adjusting the size. So I just click on save, and here you go. There's an image. I still think it's quite big, so I can use this arrow to shrink it down. And here you go. You can also make different alignments. So you can align it to the left, center, right. You see it goes within the text. You've got different options. I actually liked it within the text, so I'll click on the right. You can move it wherever you want it to be, right? Like this one. If you click on the image itself, then you've got different options here. You can rotate it clockwise, anti-clockwise, or counterclockwise. You can flip it. You can see how it changes the shape because you flipped. You can also edit, so you can crop and do all sorts of different brightness adjustments, etc., etc. Then follows the insert and edit media function, where you can insert a YouTube video or maybe a podcast, and you will need a link for that. So I'm getting a link from YouTube. Then I'm inserting it, and then I click on save. Here you go. It renders a video. We're gonna look at the next one, which is the table. Choose the size of it and then put in your text. If you want to shrink it, you can shrink it. You can do whatever you want. There are some basic functions available. When you click on the table, then you have got, you can delete it, you can insert a row below, after, delete the row, insert a column, before, after, or delete the column. The next function we're going to look at is embedding an iframe. So an iframe would be a full view of the document that you want to insert. That could be a PDF, Google document, Google form. You will need to have a link somewhere available on the website before you can do that. So for example, I need to go to a website where I have got that link, or maybe you can go ahead and copy the link from the Google form, from Google Doc. So you would click on share, then make sure that anyone with a link can view, or you can choose whether they can comment or be an editor, but make sure that anyone with the link can do that, and then copy the link, go back, insert, and then you can choose the different ratios of how big it will be, then save. See, it's showing it very small. So if I want to change that, I'll click and maybe choose 21 by 9, click save. See, makes it much bigger, almost like the whole screen. You can see the whole document from here, and you can do the same with different links. We've already looked at aligning the text to the left, center, right. This function allows you to add space between the rows, between the lines. For example, if you want to make it bigger or smaller, yeah, very compacted. Then you can also insert a checklist. For example, we can turn this into the checklist. Then you'll be able to check the boxes, or you can turn it back into numbers or bullet points. You can make an indent in your text to identify a quotation with italics on it, so it's clear when you say such and such said, and then do this indent and then italics, then it's clear that this is the quotation, and you don't need quotation marks to go at the beginning or the end of the text. We've looked at changing color. You can remove the color, and you can also use custom color by putting in your numbers in here, or your hex number or RGB number. You've got emojis, and you can highlight the text. For example, if I go here to the title and say I want to make the text, the highlight green, but the text has to be white, of course, so that you can see it all kind of matches the scheme color. And maybe I want the thinking emoji because it's question mark at the end. And then you can insert different symbols that are not available on your keyboard. This function, you can remove all formatting. And now you've got the text as it was originally. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please email us at info@newsocial.co.uk. Thank you for watching. Bye.